Welcome to Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by IronMag Labs. Make your mark. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Tuesday, March 15th, 2016. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Nearly 2 years after earning his IFBB Pro card, it looks like the new freaking Rican, Alexis Rolon, is almost ready to start making preparations for his pro debut. If you remember back at the 2014 NPC Nationals, Rolon stole the show by putting on a dominating performance as he swept both the super heavyweight and overall titles. Since taking time off to refine his look in preparation for the pro stage, Rolon has really packed on a significant amount of size and looks to have all the tools at his disposal to stand and trade shots with some of the game's best. If he can find a way to bring back that crisp, clean look we saw a few years ago and hold on to that new muscle, he's going to be quite the handful for the competition. It's just another day at the office for our old friend, Pete Ciccone. Late last week, Mr. 619 Muscle was spotted gutting his way through another brutal chest workout alongside fellow IFBB pro Eddie Bracamontes as he prepares to enter into his third season on the pro stage. Last season, Ciccone brought what was clearly the best look of his career into a deep lineup at the Phoenix Europa Pro, where he placed 8th in what was probably the most competitive 212 show of the year, outside of the Olympia. With a fully charged battery and another solid offseason at his back, it'll be interesting to see what sort of new tricks the old dog has up his sleeve the next time he pops up on stage. Now that she's gotten her feet wet in the contest promoting business, Kareena Nascimento looks like she's ready to get back to business. Just a few weeks after kicking off her contest as a promoter, the Brazilian bombshell is back in rare form and starting to round into her contest shape. Over the weekend, Nascimento released a few new scorching progress photos, giving her fans a sneak peek at what's in store down the road. With 5 top 5 finishes on her resume since the start of the 2014 season, there's no doubt that when she's on her game, she's one of the best in the business. And despite that she's claiming to be retired, I just don't believe it. And whenever and wherever she decides to throw her hat into the ring, we can be certain that she's going to give everyone a run for their money. Coming off a resurgent season that saw him close out the year with 3 top 5 finishes, Tricky Jackson is almost ready to get things rolling again here in 2016. Despite being a fixture on the pro stage for nearly a decade, last season, Jackson managed to make some real improvements to his physique, bringing in new levels of detail and density that we hadn't seen from him in years past. Once again, Tricky seems to have really put in some serious work over the course of his off-season, and appears to be well on his way to keeping that momentum rolling right along. In the right lineup, Tricky is a legitimate threat to take out just about anyone, and it shouldn't surprise anyone if the trickster strings together a win or two before the end of the 2016 season. A few weeks removed from collecting a top 10 finish at the Kevin Levrone Classic, Clarence Devis is back in the gym preparing to tighten things up and make another strong run at the stage. Despite not quite being at 100%, Devis put on a very solid showing a few weeks ago in a lineup that boasted quite a few competitors using the show as a tune-up for the Arnold Classic. Devis is someone who's always had some very nice tools to work with, but for one reason or another, we still haven't seen the best of what he has to offer. If he can revamp his game plan and come back in a few weeks with sharper and drier look, he could very well be someone who sneaks up on a few sleeping competitors and plays the role of the spoiler. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by IronMag Labs. Make your mark. Check out IronMagLabs.com today. I'm your host, Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions. And make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Hey guys, it's Stevie B here. If you like what you're seeing, hit the subscribe button below and never miss another RX Muscle show, segment, or update. RX Muscle is #1.